What is up, everybody? Booztown GP here coming at you, and we're looking at a couple motors. On the left you got a 396 Hypo, and on the right you got a measly little 305 Chevy. I have this really interesting idea, which it may have been done before. Similar things have been done, but I don't know to this extent of jankness. I'm sure the majority of you who watch me have seen this video, but I can't remember the guy's channel, unfortunately. Basically, he got drunk and put a small block Chevy together. I want to do something similar. Maybe not so much the drunk part, although that's the only way to do one of these engines, and any engine for that matter. I want to use garbage parts that may not even be any good, even down to like reusing head gaskets and intake gaskets, things that were junk, things that are junk. Let me show you. This is what I'm talking about. This engine right here, it's a 355 small block. Now, it does have a steel crank. The thrust bearing is gone. It's been gone for a long time. I built this engine way back when. Actually, I had somebody build it, and they didn't want to because they said the thrust was junk and that it wouldn't have oil pressure, and they didn't want it to come back on them. I said, put it together, you motherfucker. I'll put a high pressure pump in it, and it still had no oil pressure. Well, it has a good cam in it. Maybe. It's been sitting with no oil pan like this for probably 3 or 4 years. The cam looks as pitted as the crankshaft. But I still want it because it's a comp cam, extreme energy 4x4 thing. It's like a 440, 450 lift. It's a pretty good setup, and it pulled really good. This 350 Chevy here has got a set of 305 heads on it, which curiously enough actually came from the 305 we was just looking at the beginning of the video. I'm also going to reuse the lifters because they look pretty good. Now this thing's been sitting outside since I put the Lamborghini together with the 4-wheel drive setup, so that's probably a couple months. And I've just left it like this, so who knows the condition of the parts. I need this thing. So this is the street cred Hyundai. It's a Hyundai Accent. Fuck. It's more, oh, there's shit in there. It's got one of them on it. It's got a full stainless exhaust system. I don't know why I did that. This is such a dumb, stupider idea than building this 305. Fire it up and show you how awful it sounds compared to the Lamborghini that we just did. Whew. I don't know why anybody would want to even buy a Hyundai. It's not even a stick shift, so I'm surprised they even fucked with it. That's how you start a Hyundai. Idling it don't sound that bad. So I gotta get that 305 out of here and in the back of that. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Lots of things, folks. Don't worry about the dirt. great work. There, perfect. Tree. Go somewhere else, dude. I think I put this in upside down. Goes like this. You're not a competent engine guy. You couldn't even put your balancer puller off on right. It's supposed to spin like that. And we get our boats. Line it up. You know, the hardest part about this challenge, if you will, is going to be retrieving the parts. Like, if I need something, I need to take it off another engine. Like, I need this timing cover as well. So, this is going to get really interesting, I believe, folks. I figured I'd start, but I have to do it as jankily as possible. So, brute force, dragging it through the dirt, that's as jankily as possible. And if that junk thing actually works and lasts a season, I'd say it's pretty good. Because that'd be something that like a drag car would do, a race car. Me wrench is too small, like a lot of things. We got me big wrench, mates. I should probably do this way. Now I did actually do this wrong. You're not supposed to screw it into the crankshaft unless you're putting it on. Put my 10 mils in a place where nobody would ever look. No guy would ever look. You put them in the fruit container, the vegetable drawer in the fridge. So yeah, pretty much if I need a part, like if I end up needing a rod bearing, I gotta take a rod bearing off a 305. Well, actually, 350 has the same crankshaft, so it probably doesn't matter. You probably take you just put a whole thing from a 350 in. Look at that cam. That's ½ inch. Did I not bring the ½ inch? I did not bring a ½ inch. Well, an adjustable is going to have to do. Professional engine builder. Using an adjustable wrench. That's a pretty nice double roller. Oh, no it ain't. The fact that I'm able to take the cam bolts out with an adjustable wrench. All I need to build a small block Chevy, adjustable wrench, some RTV silicone, and a roll of duct tape. The duct tape is there in place of the timing chain. So usually what I do to get the cam out, I put one bolt back in. I can get it to go in. I think this guy put thread lock on these. I never put thread lock on shit. I trust my work. I say that and then I failed to mention that I forgot to tighten half the head bolts on the Lamborghini's engine. Now you don't want to damage it when you pull it apart. There it is. Part number on it is 12-206-2. So we're gonna run it. Well, just like that, we got the heads. Nothing very eventful, it was just unbolting them. However, I could push this spring down, the whole valve. I can open it. None of the other ones can be pushed down. So I have this thing. We're gonna pull it apart. But I gotta take one off of here first. So I never use this spatula. I would assume you just, oh yeah. Which way did it go? Ooh, shit. Look at that, baby. Broken. I beat the fuck out of this engine, dude. That thing's been like that for a long time. Honestly, I should probably pull this valve out and take a look at its face. You know what? Fuck them. Go. Let's put this engine together. Well, unfortunately, you need a few more parts than just cylinder heads and a camshaft to build a small block. I didn't have those parts on hand, so what I did was I went and found this 305 external balance, and we took the balancer, the oil pan, the oil pump, the oil filter housing, and the distributor drive shaft, and also the distributor as well. This thing's been sitting out underneath Spoonfed's tailgate for a long time. It was full of water. Timing chain and timing gear ended up coming off this white 350 here. This one was in the Nissan for a while, and then I blew it up. The other thing that I couldn't find that was any good, because every one of them, they're made out of plastic, is this coupler between the oil pump drive and the distributor shaft. Every one I was looking at was just cracked down the middle, and that's not going to work. You're going to turn the motor over and it's going to build oil pressure and break. They sell an aftermarket one that has a steel sleeve instead of the plastic one. And I was right, it had it on it, so we took it. So we shouldn't have a problem with the oil pressure, if it has any. This is the stock oil pump shaft. And this is the upgraded one where it just has that metal piece on it. We come to the oil pan here. Galoop. Galoopy galoop. And the oil pump is chock full of the same junk. Sounds fine. have that lined up. Let's take this off. So I'm actually putting this engine together properly because I don't want the things that I do to it to fail the engine. I want the parts, if they're gonna fail, to fail without influence of like dirt, if that makes any sense. You can't really put an engine together like crap because it's not gonna survive, folks. But I actually want this thing to live, believe it or not. I'm very curious to see how something this terribly put together, or the parts, if you will, how long they will like last, because if this thing does last a summer, that's awesome. There's an extremely important thing to do once you put your camshaft in. Now, you're supposed to line the dots up. That's just for the cam timing. That's not true top dead. You need to turn it on rotation and get it to top dead again. And that should be on 0 degrees ignition timing. So it just bumps the intake and exhaust over and gets it on compression. Click. 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 I actually do look at a motor book when I torque the heads, because I can't ever remember that long in the sequence. I always forget halfway through what the hell I'm doing. I got more stuff done on this thing. We got a Moroso non-bypass oil filter housing. I am messing with priming this thing. Now I did find an oil pump. I can't remember which engine this actually came out of, but when I banged on the this part, a bunch of metal shavings came out, so it was on something that blew up. Well, I'm gonna be honest, I think that's it for this video. I don't feel like dropping a pin right now just to change an oil pump to see if it's got pressure, and I don't feel like swapping that oil filter housing back to the stock one either. But I do want to continue on this, so we will prevail, I suppose. I know this thing will have oil pressure, but I think that oil pump I put in is probably no good.